Okay. Okay. So we'll have a screen sharing. क्या आदत है यार? हाँ चलो ठीक है. Okay, so here we are, like I told you, air prox is a very unfortunate situation. It's very rare to have air prox situation, because actually when we obtain FIC-ADC numbers, that was the reason we obtained FIC-ADC numbers, so that we know that there is nobody else in our, as far as civil traffic is concerned, we know the defense is not in their path, and vice versa. The defense also gives us clearance, so they know they have no objection. But sometimes I told you, forced by bad weather, or sometimes the aircraft may be navigationally lost also. The weather is fine, but your navigation, your VOR may be faulty. The VOR is telling the radial is 290, and what you are following is not 290, but actually it is something else. And when you go, you'll find yourself into some unknown area, and you may divert into some unknown area where nobody is expecting you, unwanted guest. Okay, so navigationally also you can be lost, and you can be there due to bad weather also. Whatever, you must have a genuine reason. If you are the one who is involved in an air prop, if you are going into somebody's area without telling, then you must have a valid reason to tell them that I was forced by bad weather, meteorological conditions were such. You must have a proof to that, or the navigation system guided me there, and they'll find out whether the navigation system really misguided you. They'll find out. It's you or the other person involved, whoever is concerned in the air props, they will find out. The inquiry will be made why two aircrafts came dangerously close to each other, how close you came to each other, and why you came close to each other. That is the work of the ATC. They will hold an inquiry, whatever, and find out. Okay. Same way, now we come to situation number 6. When you come to situation number 6, we'll see it is on traffic on reciprocal tracks, crossing each other, climb or descent, lateral separation, longitudinal separation. Now, traffic on reciprocal tracks, crossing each other, climb or descent, lateral separation or longitudinal separation. Traffic on reciprocal tracks. What do you mean by reciprocal track? Reciprocal track means flying opposite to each other. Suppose you are flying at 90, and somebody else is coming at 270. You are flying at 090 and he is coming reciprocal, opposite to you. When he is coming opposite to you, that means you're crossing each other. Now, how come he come opposite to you at the same level? No. So there should be some separation in your levels. If you are both coming at the same level, then it's very dangerous. So some separation must be there between both of you, of some level separation maybe. So when you will cross each other, it depends. Suppose you are faster and he is slower, then again the crossing may be more on his side. Or suppose he is as fast as you, then the crossing may be somewhere in between. Or if he is faster than you, the crossing will be more on your side. You have not covered much distance and he may cross you. So actually it depends on the situation there, but that's one thing is very sure here. They are on reciprocal tracks. Traffic is on reciprocal track, crossing each other. So what we have to do, the corrective action, there is a hint here. There is no other option but to climb or descend, and we have to maintain a lateral separation for that, or a longitudinal separation. Now in all these cases, whether you will climb or descend, and to maintain the separation, what is to be done by you to avoid a reciprocal traffic? This is all decided by the ATC authority. You are not the deciding factor here. If the ATC tells you to climb, you have to climb. If the ATC asks you to descend, you will descend. Either one of you. That day ATC will decide it will be beneficial to whom for to climb and descend. He may ask that traffic to climb and avoid you, or he may ask you to climb and avoid him, or he may ask that traffic to descend or avoid you, or he may ask you to descend. That depends entirely on the consent of the, you can say, the decision of the ATC will decide. But definitely the crossing can be done by one of you climbing or one of you descending. Naturally, once he crosses you, you know he has crossed you. Once he has crossed you, you can climb back to your desired level by telling the ATC. Or once he has crossed you, you can come back and regain your, if you have descended, then you can come back on your original level, or he can do the same thing. It depends who has to do the corrective action to avoid each other. That is decided by the ATC. Now, whenever you are crossing each other, you may not know that you are going to cross each other, but the ATC knows, because ATC has given you the clearance to go on this track. ATC has given the clearance to the other aircraft also to come on the opposite track. So the ATCs know that one or the other time you are going to cross each other in opposite directions. So the ATCs knows that your approximate crossing will be so and so. They may contact you and tell you, okay, you climb to so and so, reciprocal traffic likely to cross you at so and so distance. Or you will tell the traffic, you cross, climb and descend so and so. Climbing or descending, these are the two options, but all these two options are always reserved with the ATC. The ATC will decide and tell you. As this is a very tricky situation, but very interesting situation. We'll do this, all these situations which I'm talking about: position report, RVSM, radio communication, joining or crossing, AT, all the question papers which I will discuss with you in class, every day live with you. In all that, all the situations will apply, and I will tell you which situation to come, rather ask you then, okay, as per you, what is the situation? Now this is the question. Now tell me what situation has come. Then you will tell me, okay, situation, you can say this is written here, sir, RCF, radio communication failure. I think it is situation number 3. Then you will tell me, then now what is to be done in radio communication failure. I told you what is to be done. 2 times on primary. Now is this a position report? Yes, position report. 2 times on primary, 2 times on secondary. That way you have to recollect the theoretical aspect of the situation and apply it practically in the question paper. That we will do. No issue on that. Okay. Next situation, important situation we come to today is weather deviation. Weather deviation. Again, there are 2 situations in weather. Weather deviation is common, but weather deviation 2 situations: in contact with ATC, no contact with ATC. Here also say in RVSM also, RVSM was one thing, but in RVSM, in contact, no contact, re-established contact, and then non-RVSM for RVSM level. This is 4 different sub situations. Similarly, in weather also, weather deviation is one thing, but when weather deviation, when not in contact with ATC, that means you are in contact talking to the ATC and doing weather deviation. Weather deviation, no contact with ATC, that means you are unable to talk to the ATC, but you want to deviate because of bad weather. I told you, so just now, 5-10 minutes back, I told you, if you want to deviate or change your ATC route for some reason and you are not in contact with ATC, of course you will inform, and I said you will inform, but if no contact with ATC, you will inform other aircraft. So the format for this, no contact with ATC, what you will do, this also we will discuss in class and then apply this in the question paper. Then wind shear report. Like I told you in my previous classes, when we just started this RT classes, I told you there are a lot of meteorological terms which are going to come in your question paper. They will just say you are flying at flight level 5,000 feet. Say you are at 5,000 feet, you experience wind shear. Wind shear. Now you don't know what is wind shear. What is wind shear? If I ask you, many of you may be not knowing, or maybe somebody of you must be knowing wind shear. Wind shear. This is the meteorological term. This is the what it is and how it is done. That again, when you go to the question paper, will come to it. Wind shear is a very unfortunate situation. It is a very rare thing to happen. But when it happens, it is a very unfortunate part on the pilot, because if the proper corrective action in time is not taken, then the aircraft may crash. Especially if wind shears are experienced while takeoff or while landing, they are very potentially dangerous. Okay, so we will study this situation. What happens when you experience a wind shear? Then vehicle on taxiway. Whenever you are taxiing out for departure, or the other way around, you landed and you're taxiing to the apron or to the to the stand, and you see a vehicle on taxiway in your path, what you will do? How you transmit that? This is not a very, actually I don't count this as a situation. Okay, it's just a part of transmission. We'll do it. Then another important situation, again, request to change ATC route or altering route. Whenever you want to change the ATC route, you must give a reason, valid reason to the ATC why you want to change the route. What is the format for that? You must tell your present route, and you must tell the new route to which you want to will go, and where you will join that new route. You must tell the reporting point of the new route and time and everything. all detail. It's we have a format for that. We will discuss this when we do the question paper. Then urgency, just now I was telling you when you started the class, urgency is a situation when you don't require immediate assistance. That is like pen situation, pen situation. And of course, 12 situation is distress. This is medical condition. Now, before ending the class for today, I'll just ask you one last question. What do you mean by urgent situation? Suppose I tell you, I'm just asking you live. I'm asking you just unmute your mic and tell me. I just want to test your presence of mind. Suppose I say you are in, I gave you a hint that you are in an urgency situation. Now you tell me it's an urgency or a distress. I will tell you the situation. You decide whether it is urgency or distress. Here you require immediate assistance, no immediate assistance, and distress you require immediate assistance. That is the difference. Now you tell me what I'm talking about is situation number 11 or 12. Suppose you are flying at 5,000 feet. Just see, just look at the question. You are flying at flight, no call sign, whatever you, whichever aircraft it is, you are flying at 5,000 feet. That is your flight level is 5,000 feet. And your port engine, what means right side? Port means right side, starboard means left side. Port engine, your port engine fails. When your port engine fails, what it is? Urgency or distress? Come on, give me a reply. Anybody of you?
This is
Distress, sir.
Distress.
Distress.
Distress, sir.
Yes, sir.
Distress.
Distress.
Distress. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Urgency.
Urgency. Yes, it is urgency and distress. Yes. See, now the question was just you are at 5,000 feet. But if I change the question now, see, I will tell you about this also. But if I change the question slightly, I say you are at 5,000 feet and 10 nautical miles away from Mumbai. You are at 5,000 feet and you are at 10 nautical miles from Mumbai and your port engine fails. It is urgency or distress?
Distress.
Distress.
Distress. Anybody else?
Urgency,
Anybody
sir.
else? Urgency. See, in the first case, when I had not given you the distance, how far you are from Mumbai, I just told you, and you are going to Mumbai. That also I didn't tell you. I just said you are at 5,000 feet and port engine fails. At 5,000 feet, port engine fails. What happens when port engine, one engine fails? It is not engine fire, mind you. The ICAO says when engine fire takes place, irrespective of any altitude. See here, engine on fire. Situation number B. It is in coming in distress. But I didn't say engine fire. I said engine failed. So you can very well continue with one engine. What is the problem? The other engine is there with you. But I didn't tell you how much distance you are from an aerodrome, from Mumbai. In the second case, I told you are from Mumbai, 10 kilometers, 10 miles. So any pilot can really take an aircraft very safely without any danger and come and land in Mumbai in 10. He will slowly lose altitude, go on one engine, lose the altitude and land safely in Mumbai. But it is urgency. You don't know you are flying on one engine that may also go out anytime, may flame out anytime. So, but it is urgency in the second case. In the first case, it could be urgency and distress both. Why both? Because I didn't tell you the distance. Suppose the distance from Mumbai, you are at 5,000 feet, but the distance from Mumbai is suppose 50 miles. 50 miles. Suppose the second engine also goes before that, before coming to Mumbai, before you are able to land in Mumbai. Where you will put the aircraft down? You will have to put the aircraft down in an open field or some other ground, suitable ground. And when you put, it was a pen condition at 5,000 feet. Engine failed and there is no engine fire. It was a pen then. But when you landed in the rough ground, the engine, the aircraft caught fire and everybody died. Now it has become a distress. So an urgency can result into a distress. A distress cannot go in an urgency. That is vice versa cannot happen. A pen can turn into a mayday. A mayday can never turn into a pen. So actually there is no definition for urgency condition or a distress condition. Actually on the situation, it depends on the pilot in command, his decision, whether he treats it as per the situation. He may treat it as a pen, or he may, if he is confident, he can glide the aircraft up to 50 nautical miles in Mumbai with one engine. He will not transmit mayday till the last moment. But when he realizes, no, the aircraft will not go till there, I'm losing altitude rapidly, then it may turn into a mayday and he may transmit a mayday. It depends on the pilot in command, if he is confident. But in certain cases, like in this situation number 12, distress, in these three cases, 100%, whatever it is always a mayday. Cabin decompression, rapid, always a mayday. Engine on fire, even if you are on the stand, not flying, if you are on the stand, sitting at the aerodrome, and the engine fire takes place, it is transmitted as a mayday, because engine fire is supposed to be a mayday condition. Aircraft entered in prohibited area. Whenever you enter an aircraft in a prohibited area, anywhere, no engine fire,
Distress.
no engine failure, nothing. That is also a distress. That is a mayday condition. Okay. Anyway, we'll continue tomorrow, and we'll continue from here 11 and 12 tomorrow. And if you have any difficulties, you can just message me. I'll give any replies to your queries. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.